So Ashes of Creation is supposed to have 64 classes. It sounds like a lot, but is it really 64 classes? The way Ashes of Creation system is set up, you'll have 8 archetypes, and after you reach level 25, you'll be able to pick a second archetype from any of the available 8 archetypes, and that's how you get 64 classes. 8 times 8 quick maths. Now, when we look at how it's presented, some questions pop up, like how will they expand the system? What will balancing be like? And are they crazy? Well, I mean, I guess with all the stuff they're doing in the game, the last one is a given. Hopefully I can ease some of the concerns with how I think about this, and don't forget to let me know your thoughts about it in the comments. When you look at the chart on the wiki, it's easy to get overwhelmed by all the options. There are the main archetypes on the side, and then the same ones on the top, and our brains have been trained by multiplication tables and calendars that the top bar is what we will look at first. In a multiplication table, it would say 9 times 1 and 1 times 9 are the same answer, but that isn't the case here. This is because the top bar is your secondary archetype and the sidebar is your first. You want to start from the list of archetypes on the side and go across the graph to find out what your class would be with the combos. It's important you do it this way because the archetype on the side is where your primary abilities and skills will be at, and the secondary archetype just augments the abilities of the first, which creates one of the 64 classes. As it stands now, when it's time to pick your secondary class or ascendant class or get your class promotion, however you want to look at it, you have a choice between 4 different schools of augmentation. Look at these like 4 different buckets to pick out of that change what your primary skills do. An example would be like your fighter's charge move now being a teleport strike to the target faster versus a running one. Some secondary skills will unlock as you level, and the secondary choices aren't permanent ones, so you can jump between the secondaries at some point after you talk to an NPC. That's the basics of how this class system works. Now I'm going to break it down even more. Just do me a favor and help me pay that algo toll and hit that like button for me, please. So here's why I'm not worried. We're going to skip the official names for everything. We're going to forget those archetypes and this and archetype augmentation and all that. A lot of words to help with the world's fantasy, but if we look at it this way, you have 8 classes, and each class becomes an advanced class at level 25, where they will have 8 specs to choose from. Going to an advanced class doesn't replace your skills, it just enhances them with new abilities or functions. So why do I look at it this way? You aren't just picking one of the 64 classes like you would at the beginning when you create your character. One character can't be all the classes like in Final Fantasy XIV. So if you pick a tank, you will always be a tank. But when you hit 25, you can decide what kind of tank. Are you a paladin tank, a guardian tank, a spell shield tank? And if we go deeper into that customization, what buckets will you pick from for your spell shield? Lightning, fire, air? When you pull it down into a simplified form, balancing doesn't seem like too much of a nightmare. Their focus with balancing is supposed to be a rock, paper, scissors format for one-on-one combat and group synergy for big battles. And big battles is what they really want to focus on. They aren't really concerned about one class being stronger than the other when it comes to PvP. And the last I heard, they were okay with that. In a rock, paper, scissors format, everything has a chance against something. But I don't think they will really be able to properly balance any of it until they have a lot of people playing and doing things that they don't expect. It will still be possible to expand this class roster also. Let's say they decided to add like a Corsair to the game with a sword and a pistol. It could fit into the mix and then everyone will have 9 specs. Or it would have to be a standalone one, like an advanced class at the start that can't blend with itself but can create specs from the other 8. So think of like a Death Knight, how that's a hero class in World of Warcraft and it starts at level 50. Think of that with the Corsair that I mentioned. It would start at level 25, and from there you would pick out of the 8 available previous classes or archetypes what you would choose to augment your abilities. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this. Do you think I made a little bit of sense? Do you think I'm way off mark and I still don't know what I'm talking about? I did a lot of research on here. I'm still reading everything on the wiki and learning about these systems more in depth because it's easier to have it in one place than to go through every single video that they make. So let me know what your thoughts are. If I spoke on something, if I misunderstood something, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.